In this video, I'm going to be talking about things that are not usually said, the harsh realities of living in the UK. Like any other country in the world, staying in the UK is not also all rosy. There are some challenges you will face, especially being a migrant, being an international student, or being someone who is not a native of the country. Yeah, there are some challenges, and today I'm here to share mine with you so you can learn. This is not to discourage anybody, this is to share with you so you know the harsh realities of living in the UK. First of all, accommodation, which is going to be the basics for today's video. Accommodation in the UK. I moved into the UK last year as an international student who won a fully funded scholarship from the MasterCard Foundation Scholars Program, and when I came, it was a presidential treatment. Like, the MasterCard scholarship is one of the best scholarships you can get in the world because it will pet you, it makes everything available for you. I was literally picked from the airport. Before I came, my accommodation was already settled, and I didn't have any struggle trying to find this or find that or settle in and all of that. Everything I needed as a student to settle in was provided for me, and then life began, studies began, and all of that. But towards the end of a program, the accommodation that was booked for us, the lease was coming to an end. We had a date where we were supposed to move out of the accommodation, and that means you have to sort yourself out. You have to get a new accommodation for yourself so you can move into it. And while I was writing my dissertation, the lease date was coming to an end, and I had to look for a place to stay. As someone who is new in the UK, who has no sibling, no relation, first gen in the UK, so I have to start looking for accommodation as soon as possible so that when the lease of my present accommodation comes to an end, I'll have a place to stay, I'll have a place to put my head when that will eventually come to an end. And so I began my accommodation search. But then I was greeted with surprise. Yes, I was greeted with shock. Yes, I started accommodation search, and I thought that accommodation was going to be easy to get. Of course, I have my money. I'm going to be able to pay my accommodation. I have money up to how many months of accommodation that I could take. I'd already projected and planned and saved for that ahead of time. But when I started my accommodation search, money wasn't a problem. I had my money, but I couldn't find an accommodation. Now, first of all, the first shocker of my life was flat share. Yes, this is something I'm not used to, or this is something I've not heard before. So basically, people share flats and rooms here. So it means that a 4-bedroom flat, people who does not know each other from Adam, people who does not know each other or have any form of connection or have any form of relationship together, can share a 4-bedroom flat that has just one toilet. Yes, that was the first shocker I got. Like, how is this possible? So someone literally take one room, another person take one room, another person take one room, another person take one room. So it's a 4-bedroom flat, and 4 of you are sharing and paying the rent. You share toilets and kitchen, which will become the communal space. They call it HMO, and that was the first time I was exposed to that. So it's actually something that is legal, it's something that is acceptable here. So people who does not know each other can share a room. So because one person may not be able to afford a 4-bedroom flat or a 2-bedroom flat, they make it HMO eligible, so that if you want to take one room, then another person comes to take one room. People share kitchen and share toilets, and then you're living together as housemates who share kitchen and toilet. 4 people sharing one toilet, and how can they be living together like that? It's something that was very strange to me, but that's how it works here, so that you can be able to pay your rent if you get those rooms. So that was the first reality I was exposed to, because it's so rare in Nigeria, where I'm coming from, that 4 people who are not related in any way, be it male or female, are sharing a 4-bedroom flat and having a communal space as kitchen and toilet. It was kind of strange, but of course that's how the system works. This is something I've not heard before, even before I came here, but that's how it works here, and people share rooms. Even with this shared room, it is now difficult to get an apartment, to get an accommodation, to get a room. It became so difficult. Even the shared room that we're talking about, it became so difficult to get it. I sent out messages to people advertising rooms, and no room. In fact, no room. I registered in several platforms looking for accommodation, doing dissertation. I'll go to the library, I say I want to read and write my dissertation, but I'm spending almost 1 hour, 4 hours on accommodation websites, sending out messages and checking to see if the ones I have sent out messages to have replied. But no room. There was no room for me. And then I kept searching, and the worst part of it is that when you send out message and people eventually reply you, they'll ask them, oh, is this room available? If you check the price and it's within the range of your budget, and you send messages, this room available, they say yes, this room is available, they'll reply. And then they'll ask you to describe yourself, because some of them want to know you and what you do, to see if you are able to pay your rent before they give out the room to you. And then they ask you to describe yourself, and I describe myself. My name is Solis, and this, that, and I am black. By the time they hear your ethnicity and your race, they stop replying you. Yes, they stop replying you. And yeah, so one harsh reality here you should bear in mind is the fact that it is not everybody that is open to accepting other people's race. I mean, this is not to say everybody. No, I've mingled here, I've made genuine friendship, genuine connection with different people from different races. I've met different people that have been nice to me, including British, people from the US, people from Italy, people from different places. Yes, I've met them that have been nice to me. But bear in mind that it's not everybody that is open to accepting a new race. It's not everybody that loves a new race or have and accept that idea of inclusion and all of that. No, we still have people who are still deeply rooted in their hearts that yes, we don't accept people from another race. And it is surprising that some of those people have houses here, they are landlords, and will never accept a black person or a person of color, somebody that is not of their race. They have that preference for people from their race. So if you're from another race, they are not going to let a room out to you. And those were the people I came across, and I end up sending at least 40 to 50 messages without getting a room. And then we have other platforms where you don't necessarily have to put your picture, and by the time those ones on those platforms reply you and they ask you to describe yourself and you identify to be black, they will not even reply. Like, they will just ghost you, and that's the end of it for you. And then it came to the extent that I had to ask my colleague, are you people getting rooms? Like, this is what I'm facing right now. And then my colleagues were like, so late, we are facing the same thing. There are no rooms for us. Like, they literally confessed that they are facing the same thing. Others said that they went to go and view the room and they refused to give them the room because they were black. Yes. So because of that, for every introduction I want to do for anybody I meet on the platform, I first of all ask, I am black. Yes, I say my name is Solace, I am black, and this is what I do, this is what I'm doing, and I'm looking for a room. So that if you just feel like, okay, because I'm black, you don't want to give me a house, you won't even continue the chat in the first place. Let's end it there, the introduction. Don't reply me, it's okay, move on to the next person. And it was a very traumatic experience being in the UK, where I don't have any family member and all, and then finding it so difficult to get a house. It was a very traumatic experience. I didn't want to end up sleeping outside. I don't even have anybody I can say I want to cope with, not to talk about the fact that I hate being a burden to people. It was a very traumatic experience for me, and I feel it's something I should share. Don't get me wrong, there are very nice people here who accept you, who you will become friends with, but there are still other people that will not accept you. And these are things that you should know. People who are planning to migrate, people who are already here going through it. These are things you should bear in mind. You surely overcome, you surely find your way around, you eventually get through it. You meet people that will be very nice to you, just like I finally end up getting this place. Yes, you meet people like that, but that won't make us stop talking about these realities, so that you're aware of it before you come. So this is something I feel like it's very useful that I share, so people have a knowledge of these things, so they are not greeted with surprise when they come. You develop thick skin. When I shared my story on LinkedIn, I saw a lot of people sharing their story, and I took courage from their story, and I'm happy I shared. I'm happy I'm even sharing with you guys also. So yeah, so these were some of the things we faced, but yes, thankfully, thank God Almighty, I was able to get this place, and I'm happy that I was able to get a room to lay my head in a strange land. Yeah, so I'm going to do a video taking you through this house and telling you the amount I got the house and how I was able to get the house, the platform I used, and then I'll share some tip on how to go about house hunting. Okay, so yeah, that will be the end of this video for today. I felt like in this video I just want to share my story because my mood today is so solemn, and I feel like, okay, this is the best video for me to share in this mood that I'm in. Okay, so if you did watch this video to the end, I wish you the best of luck in coming to the UK, or if you're already in the UK, I wish you the best of luck, and I'll see you again in my next video. Keep shining. Bye.